So you probably know Stanley Kubrick from his masterpieces such as The Shining, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Barry Lyndon, and maybe a film called Fear and Desire. Now you may know what this movie is if you're a Kubrick fanatic or a cinephile, but maybe you've never heard of it. But before we talk about this, we have to go over Kubrick's previous works. He worked at Look magazine from 1946 to 1950, first doing freelance photography before being hired as an apprentice photographer and later a staff photographer. When Kubrick was 23 years old, he financed and completed his first short film, Day of the Fight, about a boxer named Walter Cartier who he had previously photographed for Look magazine. The film was purchased by RKO, who soon financed Kubrick's next short film, Flying Padre, made that same year. After those two shorts, Kubrick decided there was no more money involved in short films, and it was time to make his first feature. Fear and Desire was Kubrick's feature film debut, and with a budget of $20,000 provided by his family and 15 crew members, he went out to make the movie. No specific war was actually mentioned in the film, but an airplane carrying 4 soldiers crashed 6 miles behind enemy lines and they try to make their way back. They plan to build a raft to get back to their battalion, but on the way get distracted by different problems, such as coming across a non-English speaking peasant girl who might give away their position, or an enemy general that they spot along the way. So it's a rather simple story about how war can deteriorate people, and seems like a decent debut feature, and it is. It's in no way a terrible movie, and not a lot of people think it is, except for one person, Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick notoriously hated this movie and attempted to purchase and burn every print of it, so he obviously didn't want anyone to see it, which didn't work out since the film became public domain in 1994 and screened at a few film festivals. The film's initial release was a box office failure and forced Kubrick to do another promotional documentary-style film before going on to do one of his more popular films, Killer's Kiss, which was written by Howard Slacker, who also wrote Fear and Desire. So it may seem like Kubrick's first feature was a complete failure, right? Definitely not. Fear and Desire was Kubrick's film school. A lot of artists make something for the first time and give up halfway through. No matter how bad the movie was to Kubrick, I don't think he should have gone that hard on himself. With all of the problems that the film brought to Kubrick, he still finished the movie. That takes an unbelievable amount of patience and desire.
All right, $20,000. He needed another $5,000. He decided to go down the hill. We were up in a Boy Scout camp. That's where we shot the movie, in the San Gabriel Mountains. And he said, I'm driving down to see my uncle, Martin Proveller. Proveller was a
druggist, right?
No, he had a drugstore.
Right.
And he had a thing, an adding machine. And he would say, you know how many aspirin I have to sell to give you $5,000 more? Well, how the hell am I going to get my money back? Stanley said, you're going to give it to me. You're going to give it to me. And when we drove down the hill, Frank Silvera and I were in the back of the car. This is true. Oh, everything I tell you is true.
Who was in front with him? Virginia?
No, just him. Uh-huh. And he got so determined, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the 5. I'll get the 5,000, that he spat on the windshield of the car. I had never seen this kind of determination in a young man. And I realized then if I want to get anywhere in Hollywood, I'm going to spit my way through it.
So I guess the point of this video is to say that there's no such thing as natural when it comes to art, or any skill really. You have to make a Fear and Desire in order to make a 2001: A Space Odyssey. There is no shortcut. So pretty much all of Kubrick's early films that I mentioned in this video are public domain and can be watched on YouTube, and I highly recommend checking them out.